Hello. We're there. Hold on, let me just check. What's up, Mike?
There we go. Okay.
We got Mike in the house. Oh yeah, there he is. We're good. Look at
Mm,
those projects. I gotta say, I think the UI is different for this one than it was for season one, and I think I like it better. It looks cleaner to me.
yes, I would
The
agree with that.
pitch portal voting thing, like
Mm-hmm.
voting setup. How many projects? I've heard there's over 50 so far. And those are just the ones
Uh,
that have made it, I think, onto the portal. There's a lot of them. I've seen some familiar projects too that didn't make it in season one.
looks like 51 right now. According to
51?
according to my counting, we're at 51. Yeah.
Wow. That's some pretty good counting
Which,
there, Bomb.
thank you. Appreciate that. Which is very neat, though. What's up, Mike?
So we're going to go through a couple of these projects here. We're going to have to do giveaways because Bomb just is dying to give away some tokens.
Totally.
He was telling us about that. See, this is new too. The whole
Yeah.
latest news, like, look, they've updated that too, which is pretty cool looking.
Yep.
Look at that. And you can even subscribe for news straight to your inbox.
I mean, why not? I mean, if you haven't done that, you can do that right now. Pretty easy.
Looky there. So that's pretty good there.
This is
So
nice.
it's been a little bit since you and I have hopped on stream. We did a Twitter space recently beforehand, which was great to hear from members of the community. Now we're about to enter the end of April, beginning of May, when we're going to have the voting open up on May 1st. So we've got under 2 weeks before the voting opens up for this. Now the difference it looks like, and don't quote me on this, people, but the difference it looks like from this season versus last season is it looks like the voting is going to be a little bit the voting is isn't going to be where people can just like vote, like log in and spam vote for different projects,
Right.
but they're actually going to be like there's going to be some element of token burn that's going to happen, and we're still
Right.
waiting for details about what that's going to look like. But personally, I think it's a great idea because you don't have all these like fictitious accounts showing up. If you had like, oh, it's like 10 tokens to vote for your project, people are going to be like, oh, that's nothing. Like, I don't care. I'll just pay 10 tokens. It's like X amount of cents on this. But think about it. If you have so many people doing this for their projects to get the wild card slot, and all of those tokens are contributing to a burn, that's going to be insane in terms of volume. The more volume we get, obviously, the more tokens are going to be burned.
Right.
So I think that would be a great setup to have for season two voting, and it kind of fits along. This is why we titled what we did for this particular episode. It's kind of Hello 2.0 is really what like Paul has been talking about, how this is like the next phase of Hello. Really, phase one, we were kind of trying to quantify phase one, and what took place in phase one was really like, hey, can we get the partnerships to create a show that could be like a quality show, and could we get the connections with distribution? That was kind of it. That was like the goal of season one. And I gotta say, they did everything in season one that like I think there could have been more that was done in the time frame between final cut, editing, all of that stuff, and like actual release, because the show was ready to go a lot sooner than it was released. They just
Mm-hmm.
kind of held off for market conditions to improve a little bit to then release it. But we're not going to have that same kind of thing happen, I don't think, for season two, to where they were, and I believe that's still the plan, to have season two released later this year. So if that's the case and they film in the summer, we're probably going to see this end of Q3, beginning of Q4
Right.
in terms of when the actual show is going to be released, which is pretty great. What I'd love to see for season two, because they did the show was quality and all that stuff, is to just build around it now and build it up. We got Mike saying 100% in the chat there. Yeah, no, Mike, I think if they can build around it and build it up. So, for example, I think a bigger emphasis this season should be marketing, should be exchange listings, and should be merch line. I don't think those things should come out like because they didn't come out with season one. I think they should hold off on all of those until it's like call it a month before season two. But I think that that should be the emphasis that they strive for in this in between period. I don't know if you agree or disagree, but that's what I think about kind of where they should place their emphasis, and then also just little refined little bits on the show to like hey judges having a little bit more inner competition to make it like matter more rather than just yeah I don't really know vote sink swim like I like you I think you're cute like let's go swim I don't like that like language barrier I didn't really understand sink so I think that would be better if it was like they obviously refined that a little bit more but I think really the show was good now let's build around it we've already got the burn incoming which is going to be big. We also have, if we do get the merch, which would be very cool. I think we should personally host merch stores for other projects as well that they can buy with their own native tokens. I think something like that is enough of a offering to where if that was all Hello did, it would be uber successful. And I'm not saying like Uber the company, but like it would be very successful.
Here's something I thought I saw in Telegram a little bit ago. I thought I saw Paul say this, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you saw it, but I thought he said that you might not be able to. You could use Hello to vote, but I thought he said you could also use other tokens to vote as well, which is
exactly.
crazy.
You can use their native tokens. So that's what I'm saying. Is if that is set up already, for voting, right? So it's payment processing. So if they can do it with their tokens, goes to Hello, Hello processes that enough to even burn Hello tokens. In theory, you should be able to do that for a merch store, with their tokens. And if you just say, hey, send us your artwork and like, let's pump it up for all the projects that make it on Killer Whales, you get this option. That would be such a great marketing tool for all the projects that end up on Killer Whales. Like all those projects, the second the episode goes live, like you can get their merch because you don't know about which projects are on before the episode. But then when the episode drops, for them to just go live on the merch store, that would be so cool.
It'd be huge.
Like, and because then that's when you capitalize on all of the excitement around those projects, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, which projects are which? Oh, I'm gonna get that hoodie for that one, or that's a really cool design for that community, and I like their idea. I'm gonna support them." That's the thing that like Shark Tank did well. They had the episode that would come out, and then people would flock to the website to like buy it. It's a little bit different when it's just a token. Because I think like some of these projects, they're not yet like some don't even have a token, right? Some are just like they're in the pre-development stages, and something like this where people can buy their merch and it can go toward development for them and all that stuff, and that can be that kind of it's kind of like an investment from like their community, especially for certain projects that don't have a token yet. And I think that would be gigantic if Hello got a portion of all the sales, because obviously they're hosting the site. Like that's the biggest thing that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough that Hello has going for it is all of the eyes. Like all these partnerships that other people can't get with like CoinMarketCap, Altcoin Daily, Mario, like Anthony Scaramucci, Wendy, like all these people that there's all these eyes on the show. And so if there's all these eyes on the show and there's all these eyes seeing all these posts on like, X or on their website, that's something that I think would just be really cool if they incorporated that in. And I think that should be, for me, before season 2, that should be the emphasis. That should be the target for them. I think everything else should kind of not be seen as crucial. But anyway, what are your thoughts on that? I want to hear from you.
No, I think there's if everything that they're saying like it has done before, where they roll it out with like, hey, we can use other tokens, you can vote, it's going to add to the burn, all that stuff. I think it's set up very nicely to do a fantastic job, like really well done. I think season one was a great start to kind of get their feet wet and kind of feel out what it's like what's going on there. I think now people see it as like, oh my gosh, it can be on Amazon Prime, it can be on Tubi, it can be on all these different like Apple TV, all that stuff. Now it's like, okay, now let's market this and actually take it mainstream, especially with the Bitcoin halving and everything. I think this is where it's going to go. This has the potential to really skyrocket if it's done well and it's like on track and people like dive on board with this. So I think
Yeah.
I think we're in a good spot, but I think we need to stay on top of it. We don't want to let it slip. And I think that's a pretty important thing. But before we dive into these projects, I also did want to take a look at where is it? The news of the Hello World, because they came out with a piece. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but there's actually a little bit of a page on this, if you will.
Oh, I actually don't know that I've read the write-up.
Yeah, this might need to get a higher quality image, but Great Birds of Paradise right here, if you know what this flower is, just anybody who's into flowers. All right. So it goes on under a paradigm shift, blah, blah, blah. Hello stands forefront. There was something that was huge on this. Where was it? There's something about NFTs where somebody else, I believe you can utilize someone else's NFTs, I think.
Right there, right? Is with
So it kind of goes into training and unleashing the NFTs. Hello World is
once trained, NFTs are unleashed into the so what does that mean?
I mean, this is like a game that you play throughout the day, I feel like. Building wait for it, integrated in the game experience, blah, blah, blah. Hello World is a brand new frontier.
How have I not seen this?
I know.
I'm not like Bomb. You're usually like the last one to get this news, but you're just like you dove in. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm trying to find it. I saw it in Telegram somewhere where somebody says it, but I don't know where it is, and this is too fast of reading for me.
So wait, but what's the concept?
I believe they said
I gotta check out that article.
Use like another project's NFTs, I believe. Which would be, because then it's like we're saying, that marketplace for everything.
Yes, that is such a big offering, is to be the platform. Because if you only have Hello being its own thing and that's all it is, great. It can do well and whatever. But if you actually get other projects to interact with the platform and they bring their communities with them, and it's for voting, which contributes to a burn, purchasing merch, games like this that get them, incorporated there, I think it's like, to talk about a project that could reach billions in the market cap, that's what it is. And I think that's where the focus should be in this Hello 2.0 hello phase.
The game will be an open I agree. Sorry. The game will be an open ecosystem, allowing third-party NFT projects to integrate into the game and experience for themselves. Beyond its innovative gameplay mechanics, Hello World aims to foster a vibrant and inclusive community of players. Through social features, players can connect with one another and share their experiences, which is really neat. That they can add that, right, where they allow third-party NFT projects to integrate into the game. They also say, where was it? The game is designed to keep players engaged and entertained at every turn. Along the way, they'll have the chance to collect power-ups and tokens, which can be used to enhance their gameplay experience. Oh, I thought it was tokens. But yeah, I mean,
either way,
it could be huge, right?
Right, and that's the big thing, is can they onboard successfully, which they've already shown they can do. They've onboarded other projects into the voting system and all that, and now they're going to have it where you're going to be able to do it with other tokens, native tokens, other projects' native tokens. if both of those things are true, what we're describing should be possible
Right.
on the same website, right? Whether it's a merch store, whether it's having the other projects that like get to list their merch and purchase it, or whether it's other projects getting to use their tokens for voting, right? And all that stuff just interacting on the Hello site, because it should just be the funnel, right? All of
Right.
that stuff is the funnel, and at the end of the funnel is the burn that takes place with the Hello token. So that's what I want to see that so badly
Which is interesting.
before season 2. Like, oh no, go for it.
No,
I'm just getting that set up. We've got like this is the time. If that's going to be done, and if it is done, like over the summer when the second season is being filmed, and they're like, hey, for all the projects that made it, they're also going to be able to submit their artwork, and we will produce their thing, and we'll send out like the spec samples to them.
Right.
They give the green light, each of them, and they approve it. They can hold it up and show like their communities and all that stuff. Like that's when we talk about organic grassroots community marketing. That's when it goes crazy. I think and we like to list opportunities for improvement, right?
Wonderful.
And this is where I would say the opportunities to improve. Hello did this thing, I feel like, where we were having community and team engagement, community team engagement, and then the team really did what they had to do, which was interact with like all the influencers and have like spaces and all that stuff where like you're having like Wendy and Mario are like talking to one another. But like the community wasn't like, they were just listening to that. They weren't really like having a dialogue anymore, engaging anymore. And I think that's what kind of this has the opportunity to get back to that grassroots marketing, because what I don't think is successful in crypto, and I think that this is like, as the Hello team has said, there have been lessons that have been learned along the way. What I think isn't as successful are like let's be honest, like billboards, right?
Yeah.
Like seeing a billboard of something, great, but a community is not going to go like absolutely grassroots marketing crazy over that. What they are going to do that for is, I'm wearing a hoodie that I bought to show my tribe loyalty to this crypto community, right? And that's what because look at the communities out there, whether it's Feline Fiends, whether it's Burb, whether it's like Hello, whether it was like Safe Moon back in the day. These communities want to rep their merch. They want to show their loyalty. They want to show their support for these projects. And if Hello was the baseline, like way that they were able to do that, I think that would just be massive for the token, massive for Hello holders, because we would be the area that they would be all dialoguing on and doing those purchases through. And that's what Paul was saying initially, right? When other projects were coming in, when they were being onboarded, and they would jump into the Telegram, they would talk about their projects. And at first, like Hello community members, there were a couple that were like, hey, this is the Hello Telegram, you can talk about your project over there. And Paul was like, no, like we want people that come from their communities, and this is like the epicenter where they dialogue, the town square marketplace where everyone comes to like interact. And I think what we're talking about here is, if they were those things, and if this stuff got set up, they could truly be those things, where people would have a reason to come here other than, I watched the show for another 6 months, I'm not really going to engage with the project. And this solves for that, right? This would solve for all of that. Like, you could even do something so simple as, hey, we only had a hoodie, hats, and sunglasses, but we just added beanies. Like, beanies are going live on the thing, and it just goes out to all the projects, where it's like, you can now get beanies for all of these projects or something. Or the projects themselves, if they wanted to, if they got enough votes, they would get to have like VIP kits for their specific project, right? Like just stuff like that, that's just interactive with the community. So that's what I would love to see. I think anything they can do to create that interactivity, and of course, from an investor perspective, capitalize on the point of sale or the merchant processing payment processing there, that's where the token's going to go crazy.
Right.
So anyway, that's basically for Hello 2.0. If that's all that we got to see as part of the second season and they just did that, that would, for me, I would be like in investor heaven because I'm like, there's no way this doesn't get to the billions. If it's just another season, like, oh, it's season 2, we'll do season 3 next year, we'll do season 4 after that, and like, I think you're not going to have the token tied to the show enough, and it's just going to be, yeah, I don't even have to get the token to watch the show. I'll just wait till it's free and then I'll watch it there, or I guess I'll just buy it at the time of the show and then sell it right after. And I don't think there's enough of like that engagement that keeps it going. So anyway, I want to hear from you, Bon. That was a lot from me on that whole.
No, I love it. Yeah, I think I agree. I don't want to necessarily beat the bush, but yeah, I think merch would be fantastic. I think everybody would wear it. Everybody loves it. Everybody wants to support their own crypto. As things kind of start
do you see any hiccups? Like with Hello, it makes sense, right? That they could just get their own merch.
Sure.
But do you see any hiccups that like we're not thinking of, or like potential roadblocks that we're not considering with having merch from another crypto come onto the site? Like, I don't feel like basically if they can do voting with other cryptos' native tokens, and if they can do merch for themselves, I don't really see what would be the issue there. But am I like, do I have a blind spot there that you can think of? I don't know.
Personally, I don't know. I don't know that I would do that personally, because like I think it's a good idea.
Okay, good. Discussion time. Why not? Why would you not do that?
Why?
Wait, you wouldn't do what? What are you saying you wouldn't do personally?
I mean, I think it'd just be very difficult from from a merch perspective. I think it'd be very difficult to do like, hey, okay, here's the thing too. The projects that are on here or that are going to be doing this, maybe if they like won Killer Whales or they made it on Killer Whales, sure, you could do it. But
right, that's all I'm saying. The projects that make it on Killer Whales, they get, because they would know they're on Killer Whales, they can't announce anything or anything like that, but they submit their artwork before the show goes live, like a month and a half, 2 months before the show goes live, because filming would have already happened, right? And so they send in their merch for any projects that want to participate in that. They don't have to do it, but they send in their artwork. Production goes, they get the spec sample, looks good, and then there's several weeks after that where it's like, do you think it would be a issue with like shipping and housing, storage? Like, what am I not thinking of there that's like, because I feel like in crypto, you could price something at like $150.
Yeah.
Or something like that for like a hoodie. And people are gonna like still do it. Like I would get it. If it was like a Hello hoodie and it was like $200 worth of tokens, I would get it.
I just don't know that other communities are at that point where they would buy their own merch. You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's say Podchain, like.
But remember how we were feeling like early with Doge Dash?
Yeah,
everyone with the Doge Dash days. We were baking cookies with Doge Dash NFTs. I can show pictures for those that want receipts. Like cookies, like hats, like trucker hats and things like that. With like Fortune did an awesome job of she sent us these kits of like. And again, the quality doesn't have to be great, or it didn't have to be great, but it was still something that we would wear around, wear on stream, wear around to like the store, be like, yeah, if people ask, like, I'll tell them what this is, type thing.
Right.
What am I missing, Bomb? There's got to be something I'm missing here, because it just sounds like.
Yeah, it's difficult to do like, let's just, for the technical term, it's difficult to do one-offs. You know what I mean? Like, it's. Like, if, for example, like, if you were to do it, you'd want to run, like, a ton of them. But then, like, I don't know. You could do it where it's like, yeah, I mean, I love the idea. I just don't know that the communities are big enough. Like, I think it should be more like, no, we were on Killer Whales, and then if you wear the Killer Whales hoodie or the merch, and then it's like, oh, why are you wearing that? Like, what is that? Oh, my project was actually on Killer Whales. You can check us out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that would be.
If it was produced in advance of the show, which it should be, then the people that go on the show can wear their hoodies. They can wear their merch on the show. And people go, hey, that looks pretty cool. Like, I love that hoodie. And that would also
Right.
be a spot where they could get it. Yeah, Piff saying, should we be niche or retail? That's the question that I think there's two things that need to be answered is like, A, Hello is a cryptotainment company. For me, their biggest advantage is that they're a marketing company. They've got
Right.
all these relationships that no other crypto, like look at all these like faux projects that have popped up that are like saying that they're doing the same thing. They haven't had the quality that Hello has, but they
Right.
also haven't had the connections that Hello has. That's its biggest advantage.
That's true.
Personally, over all these other projects is its quality and its network of relationships, right?
Yeah.
And so if those two things are its biggest assets, then I think we need to exploit those assets by saying, hey, we have this marketing arm that other shows don't just get. How can we monetize that marketing arm? Like
Right.
for our investors, how can we monetize that? And I think something like this does that. Whether it's like, yeah, we're only doing it for the projects that make it on Killer Whales, they can opt into it or they can decide, hey, it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth our time. We don't have a big enough community or whatever. But for the projects that want to do it, just like we're seeing right here on your screen, if you're searching by the Killer Whales projects that are there, you notice that some don't have like an Instagram account. Some
Right.
don't have a Telegram. Some don't have an X. Just some won't have a merch store. But if it's something that you can go on there and you can get the merch, and the merch goes toward a buyback and a burn, or some of the sales, let's just say, go to funding the gaming leaderboard or something like that, where it's just you can actually, say, hey, there's somewhat of a correlation. We don't need to get into exact specifics, but someone buying this merch will like help contribute to the Hello ecosystem. I think I'm maybe missing something huge that's like a roadblock or an obstacle, but like I feel like if those things are in place, that should be something that could be done. So
Yeah.
Chris is saying, okay, so if retail, then we have to be as unadulterated as possible, in my opinion. Yeah. So what are your thoughts about that? If you're like going, because that is mainstream. But I feel like with Hello, the name Hello and the purpose of Hello is to be mainstream. It's supposed to be people's introduction into crypto, right?
Right.
Like that's the guiding principle behind Hello. That's what we're about. That's why we're named Hello, is to be people's introduction, to have visibility, credibility, and security. I think those three things like are the pillars of Hello. If you had like a meeting in a boardroom and you put it up on the thing, it's visibility, security, and credibility. Those are the three things that I think Hello does really well that other people don't do.
Right.
Now, if those things are true, getting some marketing like this is not just really lucrative, but I also think it's essential. I think you need it because it supports the mission of Hello as a company. When you start to get into these like peripheral routes of like, hey, maybe we should think about doing this or this or this or this, and they don't support the core mission or focus of Hello, I think that's where you dilute the brand and you get into trouble with trying to do too much and trying to do too many different things that don't go toward that focus. Does that make sense? I just want to make sure I'm like,
Yes.
this is relatable. But I think it makes sense. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something.
I think it's really cool. I think a rollout is just difficult. I think it'd be a lot to manage and a lot to do. And I mean, yeah, it could be like another tab, like, oh, these projects were all on Killer Whales. Check out their links, and here's the merch store that you can all get, which is like has tabs for every single one. It's possible,
Yes.
it's doable, it'd be cool. But here's the thing. Let's say you have the merch, everything there. I think it needs to be tagged with like Killer Whales or something. You know what I mean? Like as seen on Killer Whales, or like put it on the back, which I think would be
Sure.
great. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean,
like that. That's a great.
Yeah. It'd be
Yeah,
neat that way. I think, but because that way you can use Killer Whale or like
Hello.
Hello tokens and whatnot.
I've got an idea, okay? And I'm gonna throw this out there, and you can hold me to this. How well before I do this, let's have a caveat. How much do you think it would be
Here we go.
to get reasonable inventory to try this out with one project, or like say to do it with Hello? Like what would be a reasonable amount of inventory that you think, because you're in the industry, you know, I don't know.
That's true. That's fair. I'm there.
Like say it was a kit. Say it was
Kit.
like, oh, we just want to do like hoodies or like hats and this stuff, and we want to try it out. What would be a reasonable amount?
Try out. What are we thinking quantity wise? If you were to try out.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, what?
Yeah.
Let's say 100
Oh,
of
100?
each
Yeah,
of
yeah.
these. 100, maybe 5. I don't know. You
Let's
tell me.
let's say 100. We do a hat, a T-shirt, and a hoodie.
Okay.
3 items in a box, a kit, really nice. I think you could get it under $100 easily, if you think about it. Like
So
right
100
around
100 bucks.
$150, yeah.
Okay, so what would the total cost be? Total cost to Hello for production, for material, all that stuff for printing, like embroidery, whatever is done.
Yeah. I mean,
How much would we
you'd
be
want to
talking
go
about?
pretty premium. You don't want to do
Right.
some janky thing. So yeah, I'd put it around the 150 mark. 150 is a pretty safe bet to have it on
Per kit.
per kit. Right.
So that means that it would be about what? $10,500
If we were doing 100
prior to shipping.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Hello team. This is why I wanted to have this caveat before I think. I will finance this to see if this is something worthwhile.
Oh my
If y'all
gosh.
straight up, I think this is like the gold mine of what Hello could do it. And tell you what, as an investor, if it works, all you have to do is just pay me back. That no interest, no nothing. But I will finance this if it's like, can we just try it? Okay? Just give it a shot. There's probably
That's
some
nuts.
legal roadblocks or something like that would come into play, but I feel like this is what everyone wants to see. Maybe is it just me? Tell me if it's just me. It might just be me and I just might be crazy and get excited about this, but I feel like if that was done, it would open up the door for so much more that could be done.
I
And
would
that's what, like-
100% agree. I would 100% agree. I think it'd be legit, especially yeah. The fact that we're going into the fact that we're going
halvesies then on this. It looks
I
like.
never
Bomb
said
and
that,
everything.
first of all. Whoa. But no, I think it's crazy that like you could also have all the like whales also wearing that stuff. Or, you know what I mean? Like you could make it
Yeah.
look pretty freaking legit or have it in their trailers like they did when they were
It's
recording.
like the best thing to do. Like it's free. You're marketing it across the board and all this stuff, but like other than going on and watching the show, which people can do like very, very cheaply, very inexpensively,
Right.
there's more monetization that can happen through all these different avenues. And like I think merch, it ties into what Hello is, which is one of its core offerings, which we just talked about, is marketing. And
Yeah.
it leads right into that so beautifully. It's like I don't know is it the legality, is it the cost, is it the like we just don't know what this would look like and what the roadblocks would be, because I think if Hello can do that, which again, like we just said, they have native tokens where you can vote is going to be a thing, and also they have it to where traffic is going to be driven to the website, and if they can get merch, which they said, I don't remember who it was, but said that like merch was coming. If those three things are true, then this should also be doable.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And if that's doable, and it's like, yeah, I don't really know if it's going to be successful. I'm just saying, let's take the money out. All I want is to just see it, okay? And Bomb will bankroll it, I think is what we agreed to. And then we'll see this happen. So anyway, if you guys
Somebody clip
if
that
someone-
and send it up the chain real quick. By the way, at the very
Yes,
beginning of this.
if someone wants to clip it and send it, I will. For what Bomb described, the hoodies,
Scary.
the hats, and the what else did you say? Glasses?
T-shirt.
Did you say T-shirt or something like that, right? We'll do it, okay? And just you can send me the invoice. Let's just keep it to what Bomb said on the pricing. Let's not go crazy, people, okay? I don't
That is
wanna be on
insane,
the street tomorrow.
bro.
But all I want is just to see this happen, and then you could just reimburse me the initial investment. Nothing else required. That's it.
That is
Okay?
crazy. That's
So
crazy.
if there's someone out there, just Nathan. No. Anyway, that is all I would love to see. So
Let's
I
put a
don't know.
pin in that one. Let's just put a pin.
Let's
in
put a
that
pin
one.
in that one, and we can now move on to a different topic. But I think that is like that just needs to happen. Like
Yeah.
I want that so desperately to happen because I think that would be a gold mine for every Hello holder out there to get
right
that capitalization and monetization on other communities' excitement for their own communities.
Here, just real quick with merch, it's very simple. I don't know about you, but I think 95% of the holders that I talk to or that are in chats or whatever would buy this with Hello tokens. 95%, I would probably.
Yes.
95, 80, 90%.
Yeah.
Not only that, they would buy it, but also if it's high quality, which is what we do, high quality, that is literally going to be posted on Twitter. It's going to be posted about it. They're going to be sharing it. They're going to be wearing it. Not only are you getting, again, this is one wonderful fun fact that you always say about a hat, impressions hit around 10,000 people within like the first year or two. If you're wearing a hat, they say the amount of impressions, statistically speaking, is 10,000 people hit those eyes. Like 10,000. So if you're wearing a hat, 10,000 people are seeing it. You get 100 people, 50 people, whatever it is, wearing those hats. Dude, this is not only is it on Twitter, but it's now everyday usage. You're wearing the hoodie, you're wearing the hat, you're wearing the t-shirt. Your name is getting out there like crazy. I literally don't know why people don't do this.
That's the thing. People are paying you to market.
Yeah.
You take out a billboard, you're paying someone else to market.
Right.
If you have a merch line, people are paying you and you're making profit off of that. Remember that, you're making profit off of that.
Yep.
But they are paying you to market your product.
Bro. Can somebody send this clip in so that we can get moving on this thing? Because it has been.
That is okay. You guys can
great.
clip it and send it. I'm telling you, I will front the cash. Okay, just for what Bomb's saying. Okay, don't go running like 100,000 units or something. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to take out a HELOC on a couple of properties over here. But okay, just literally do the thing, and we will do the thing. 'Cause I think the community wants it. Maybe it's just a community of me that wants it over here. I don't know. But I feel like it would benefit all these investors and token holders.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I feel like I keep kicking it and it's just on the ground there. But anyway,
on brand, Bump. You already know it. Come on, let's freaking do it. Okay. I don't even know that we're gonna have time to get into all these projects because we keep talking about merch and how much this needs to be done, and I freaking love it. I mean, hey, just real quick, Piff, Nathan, Mike, or whatever.
Wait, how much trouble? Before you do this,
Talk to me.
How much trouble would you get in if you just ran the artwork or the merch and like?
Oh, it could be pretty bad. Yeah, it can be pretty bad.
Okay.
It can,
so
if I do that without them
them
knowing and the whole, you could get.
No, I mean do it and then send it to them and just say, hey, these are the only copies in existence. Like here it is. Like here's the quality type thing.
Yep.
Is it just the cost, or is there a legality there that like we're missing here?
I just have to be a conversation with them, really.
Yeah, so maybe we just put a pin in that. Let's have that conversation. Like, hey, what if we paid for it and we sent you what we're thinking here, and then like if you guys wanted to, we could go ahead and do. If not, and if you guys said, yeah, it's a load of garbage, we don't want to do that. Like, just try it out with their artwork and like just run it. We've talked about this too much.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, what would it take to just get the action plan down and let's just do it, and
Right.
then we'll go from there. But anyway, Piff's saying, nah, keep going, Finn. So anyway, Tim, Andrew, Paul, Sander, Chris, if you guys, we will do this, okay? So we got to set up a separate conversation, I think, and have a conversation. But anyway, I think we can move on now to the projects for this.
Here we go.
So
Yeah,
project number 1.
I mean, let's just say average impact of wearing a hoodie. Let's just see this. Science. Wait, no, wait.
Average
Not
impact?
impact. Marketing impact, technically.
Oh, here we go. Wait, Nathan saying, communications manager here. We'll talk to Andrew about this.
Hey, let's go.
Solid, Nathan. We love
Yeah.
that. Nate the Great over here, just coming in strong. Hold on, my camera is like,
Yeah.
come on, come back. There it is.
I have the statistics
Yes.
somewhere, but it is insane. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. We'll get into the projects. Nathan, take it upstream. See what happens.
Yeah, swim that upstream, and let's see what we can do.
At the very least, get an okay for Finn and I to print some merch so that we can wear it. At the very least, and then we'll just be repping it everywhere. Yeah, just give us the okay for us to buy some of the stuff, brand it, and wear it, and then you'll be like, "Yo, how we doing here?" And then we can drive up to LA maybe, and then we'll hand some out to the whales or something, be like, "Hey, here you go, check this out."
Yeah, or that's our next video, okay? We'll get merch and we'll just be handing it out. We'll be walking the streets, just dishing it out. We'll go ahead and get, like, if we did merch, I'd probably order like 100 of these hoodies or something like that. And we just give them out. Just be like,
here's the thing. Question.
We just go to a grocery store. We'd be like, hey, are you in line? What are you getting?
Question.
Oh, great. You're getting water. You earned a hoodie. There you go.
I love that. Here's a question, though.
Can of tuna. There you go.
Can of tuna. There you go. Would you... Because printing on demand is obviously more expensive and it adds cost to everybody. Would you do like, hey, let's have this page up for like 2 weeks. They can order it. We take all the inventory, the quantities, and then send out? What is your thought on that? Because it takes a little bit longer than to do it, but I feel like that wouldn't even matter.
I think you start with a bougie VIP kit. You go kind of what Piff is saying here. You go niche. And you try with a VIP kit. You do 150 of them, something like that.
Right.
You have the price be, say, like 150, $200, something like, or even more, right? Something like that. You go high end, quality over quantity, and again, it's going to be quality regardless. But like you're saying, it's better to do something like that rather than one-offs, right? Or rather than doing this huge inventory before you know if the proof of concept makes any sense.
Right.
So if you can do a VIP kit, and if it sells out, which, guys, I guarantee, like, this would sell out.
I think
it would.
Yeah.
I think it would sell out like crazy if you did merch. And again, it would be important to do it around, like, if it was done right before season 1, forget about it. It would have sold out like crazy. Excuse me. If it's done before season 2, like 2 weeks, a month, whatever, I think you're going to sell out like crazy. So I would do VIP kits, maybe even just test them out in this in-between phase, like before even the launch or like all the merch, and just see what happens. Proof of concept, see, do people log in? Do they pay for it? Do they get it? Do they like it? Like, what's the feedback? What's the marketing result of doing this? Because I think if you applied think about it, any of the funds for doing a billboard, you could do this, like this VIP kit thing, to see if the proof of concept makes more sense than doing a billboard.
Yeah.
And if that happened and it did well, then I say you amp up your game and you say, okay, we're going to do t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and sunglasses only for Hello, we're going to list it on our site.
Yep.
And then what you do is you market to the communities thereafter and you say, hey, for all you communities that are going out to killer whales, you also have the opportunity to develop or send us your artwork to where you can check out our website and see our Hello branded stuff. And we'll send you out for each project that is on the show. We'll send you out a, what do they call them? Like a, not a presentation, but like a demo of like what it looks like on the like mannequin or something like that. We'll send you out that to what it would look like in your branding. And then you get to say yay or nay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I love that.
That's your 3-step plan. You do one with the VIP kits. If that's successful, you move to phase 2. Phase 2 is the rollout of Hello's own merch line. You can only have 5 if you want, or you can have different pieces of artwork, whatever. And you amp up the quantities just a little bit, probably like 200 or 300. Still make it kind of a rush to get them.
Yes.
And then after that, you open it up to other communities and you say, if you want your thing to look like this, because you've shown the proof of concept, you've shown them what the quality is, then you can also do this. So you're not like taking a gamble by just opening it up to all the projects and everything, but you're doing it in a very measured way where you're not overly investing in something that may or may not be successful.
Right.
So that's it, man. That's the pitch. That's what it is.
Signed, sealed, delivered. We're good. I mean, that's literally what the stream is about. I mean, there it is. You know, Finn just knocking this out of the park again. Gotta love that. You know, somebody needs to clip that, send it upstream. Nathan's gonna do it. I love that. I think I don't know if you want to dive into all these projects now. I mean, we've already been 50 minutes in, but
you're right. We can not dive into the projects. We can save that for later. But let's just scroll really quickly and let's see if we can see any of the projects that were applied, because we kind of looked at the projects that applied for season 1.
Yeah.
And I want to see if we see any that didn't make it on season 1. Podchain was one, right?
Podchain. I think
WAGMI Games, I think were they on season 1 or no? They were on a different thing, and then they're coming over to So WAGMI Games is, I think so. I think they like got second or won another project show or something like that. I don't know. All right, let's see. I think Lava Network. Network applied before. All right, let's scroll a little bit farther here. I don't recognize any of those.
There's a lot to get through. Sleep.io. Let me just check this out.
What is that? That's an interesting name.
Hey, that's cool. Pitched at the Casper team at NFT Paris, where our peeps were right there.
That's pretty neat. So that's how I like that they have like how they got in there.
This is interesting. The first hotel booking platform built on chain. We have over 350,000 plus hotels globally, expanding to 500,000 by the end of this last month.
So do you pay for it in the native crypto?
Payment options, yeah, different cryptocurrency as payment options.
Okay, interesting.
I think that'll be an interesting one. I think it's hard because you run into the same project of, okay, why doesn't just Hilton or whatever do this, you know? But
yes, I agree. Hey, see you later, Mike. Hey, good having you on here.
Yeah,
always a pleasure, Mike. We love having you here. Have a great rest of your weekend there, Mike. Transhuman Coin was on there.
Oh yeah, I remember
them.
Yeah,
they were on season 1, or they weren't on season 1. They applied to be on season 1. So also the good news is any of the projects that applied and didn't make it on the first season, I'm told they got like a reason why they didn't make it. Like either they already selected enough other ones, or like there was something about them that they needed to sort out in order, again, like we said, visibility, security, and credibility. If they didn't have the security part, right, that was something they were never going to be able to be on the show. Crypto Unity was also an applicant, I remember.
Crypto Unity, really? Oh yeah.
Crypto Unity was, and then let's scroll here. Let's see. Is Flues? Was that Flues? Flues was on there, I think.
Yep. So the Board Brewing Company, is that different than the water that was on there? I wonder if that's the same, just a different offshoot.
Yeah, it's a beer brand for
Yeah,
everyone.
that's interesting.
It looks different.
Um, there it is.
Oh, Burby. Well, I remember Burb. Burb had a community like crazy. I remember that.
Right?
Like their community was about like they're a community I think about when we're talking about this merch stuff where I'm like, dude, like I think they actually released, I think I saw it on X. They released their own merch store.
Oh,
But
really?
I'm like, yeah, I think so.
Let's just
I
check.
yeah, I don't quote me on that, but I think they released their own merch store.
I think
And
I
that's
think it's
why
coming up. I don't think they've done it yet.
maybe but I
Maybe.
think again, if they're gonna release their own store now, it's like, oh dude, we could have just hosted that
Right.
and got a portion of all the sales.
I love it.
Like,
I love it. I
oh
love it. It's a great idea. This is fantastic. But I do. There's some awesome. Just PlayFi. It's really cool seeing some of the Rockstar, Microsoft, Qualcomm, and others. There's some
ooh,
really
Qualcomm.
yeah. There's
Did
some
you know Qualcomm is located here in Orange County?
really.
I drive past them all the time.
I
Yeah,
better
they're
go in there.
alongside the
Say
freeway.
hi.
Yeah,
Um.
Qualcomm is down there.
Yeah, there's some high quality projects in here. We'll dive into it another time because we had to talk about other stuff. But there's
Sorry about
no,
that,
no,
by
you're
the
good.
way.
And here's the thing though, these are super high quality, but these are the ones that they're voting for, right? These aren't even the ones that they've
Oh yeah.
accepted, remember? So,
Yeah, this is just where voting's gonna open up for these.
yeah.
I'm like, let's go. Like, let's do it. Piff saying Burb aggression is honorable. Salute to Burb. Yes. Well, so quick salute to Burb.
And the
Quick
fact
salute to
that
Burb.
they didn't make it last time and they went to work and they've got some stuff and they're like, hey, we're doing it this time. Like, we've got our stuff dialed. We'd love to do it. And I think the community is going to come up big time for Burb when the voting comes out. And yeah, I think they're going to knock it out of the park, in my opinion. So I will probably vote for them just because they're near and dear to my heart, obviously. And I think it's hilarious when you go to their website and I mean, look at this. Look at these wonderful little like
Wait. Oh, Burb share. Oh,
yeah.
I thought it said Burb store, and I
I
was like, oh, maybe that is.
I just for some reason I
The
love it.
graphics.
The
The
graphics.
graphic.
There's
Yeah.
something about this free like look at the one wearing glasses. Unbelievable. Like what is this? This is unbelievably amazing. I don't know why, but I mean they're holding a like what is this? They're surfing behind a whale. This is me. This is like when I
Check out the
Ooh,
hood. Is
the
Burb.
hood. It's just freaking
Or
amazing.
no, look up there. Wait, hold on. Go up. Go up.
Oh, this
look at
one.
the Burb.
It's just hilarious. Like,
Whoever's doing the artwork on the Burb
oh
is
my
pretty good.
gosh, it's just
That's
hilarious. I love it. So yeah, I think they are. I mean, what even? They're driving it. Okay, they're driving a Tesla. You got to be freaking kidding me right now.
Is that actually a Tesla though?
Yeah, the T logo right here. Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
All right, I'm sold.
Wow.
That's all I needed to see. I mean, come on. What is this, dude?
It's a burn, dude. It's
Dude,
going
look
to
at
burn.
he's
the
hurt, bro. He's sad. He's hurt, but the nurse is there, dude. It doesn't get better than this. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. This is collection number 2. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. Get me out of here. This is too good, bro. Oh my gosh. I would watch a short
Oh,
film
man.
with all these things in it. I'm not even done. Bro. This is fantastic. Oh, this guy, right? I need this NFT right here. I need more sleep. I don't even know, dude. This is just hilarious. They're in space now. I mean, come on. There's an astronaut Burb. Like, what? Oh my gosh. I'm sold.
I
Got
think
my
we know
vote.
that it's about time to end the stream
Yes.
when we start going through
Yes.
our threads like that. But good to have everyone on, and it's good to connect with everyone about obviously where we're at right now and where we're excited about what the future holds and what the future could hold too, as well.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
exciting stuff, guys. And Bomb, I was thinking about it. I was thinking this morning.
Talk
I think
to
it's I don't meditate, but some people say like I meditated this morning. So
I love that.
when I meditate, I'm just in deep thought. I'm not like legs crossed, sitting up at
Sure.
sitting down. And so I was thinking this morning, and not just personally in my life, but also about like what could be done with hello. And I was thinking maybe like this could tie into words of wisdom from you today, but you tell me. I was thinking it's better to try and fail than to secure a marginal victory with little to no effort.
Let's just use that one as the words of wisdom. Say that again.
It's better to try and then fail than it is to secure a marginal victory with little to no effort.
I love that.
Because really the growth that happens is when you try something and push beyond what you thought was possible, or you set a goal and even if you missed it and you hit right here, or you missed it and you hit right here, it's better than setting a goal here and just hitting it here. And like that's all you did. You did that.
Yeah.
So you won,
I
but
love
you
that.
did that. Right?
I love that.
Because I was thinking about like some of the best like memories that I reflect on of like growth that I had weren't in games that I won when I was playing soccer or football. It was when I tried and I reflected on my performance and I was like, I did as good as I feel like I tried as hard as I could try and we lost. So I felt like, could I have made different decisions or done things differently? Yes. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to look back on my effort and say I gave less than I should have given. And also, I'm going to look about, hey, what could I have done differently? What could I have improved on? And those are the moments of reflection. And so when it pertains to my own life, great. When it pertains to hello, that's something that I would love to see for season 2. Is that rather than just, oh, hey, we've already done season 1, we're just going to do season 2 and do this. The team has already talked about building it bigger and better for season 2.
Right.
And so I'd love to see, like, let's stretch ourselves. Let's see what is possible and what we can do. Let's see if we can get, which again, we're doing the Solana chain. We're doing a lot of different things, prior to having that happen. But anyway, that's what I've got right there. But great to see you too, Piff.
Great. Yeah, great to see you guys. This is fantastic. I think again, we're leading up to May and June, and I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. So.
Oh yeah, some big things on the horizon. But thanks for hopping on it's good to connect with you again, Bomb. I feel like it's been a little bit. It's good to connect with you. We got some exciting things in the future. Yeah. And again, May 1st, voting opens up for all these projects. So stay tuned for announcements because there's probably going to be some announcements about what voting is going to look like and if it's going to differ from what it was where we're at now.
Right.
So anyway, on that note, do you have any other words of wisdom or should we just should we conclude?
No, I think that's fantastic. Either of you into Kaizen? Kaizen, baby. Small steps that made great improvements. That's literally what the meaning is.
Kaizen's a form of management, right?
Yeah. Change for the better of continuous improvement. Yeah, small steps, really, in my opinion. I don't take big steps.
There's Kaizen. The Kaizen principles are the pillars of management, right? There's because they incorporate that into corporate work, which I like it, Piff. I think that's where because it's like, if you don't ever try anything worth doing, you're never going to achieve anything worth having been done, right? Like that's just.
I think he was talking about a crypto though.
Is there a crypto Kaizen?
Yeah.
Maybe I
think so.
Well, share your screen. We're seeing the Burb roadmap here.
I got you right here.
Kaizen crypto.
Kaizen finance.
We'll take a look there.
I think this is what he's talking about.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, looks like it. Pretty low market cap. Gotta love that.
We'll check it out, Piff. Yeah. We'll check it out. I like that. We'll do a dive into that one. I love how you and I were both like, oh yeah, like the Japanese form of like
our
Can
first initial thought instantly. That's just,
you tell that we are both part of corporate America over here? Like,
no, that's what you two. No, that's what you two was illustrating. Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
so it
okay.
was that. Okay,
Yeah, okay,
cool.
good. I love
Yeah.
that. I mean, this
Yeah.
is cool too, though, I guess. You know.
Straight up, we just went on a separate
Can you just
thread.
imagine,
And now-
we just randomly buy this one now? Because like, oh yeah.
seriously. Oh yeah, pretty good.
I love
see
it.
if that goes. Well, hey, it's been an hour.
Alrighty. Yeah.
We can let people get back to their weekends, but hey, Piff, Nathan, Mike, everyone else, it's great to have you guys on, and we hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yep. I love it.
Anything else you?
Sorry. But now, thanks to Bomb, I have to look into that. Exactly. See, we just found a new one just because of you saying that. So Kaizen Finance, check it out. We'll see what it looks like. Looks like we're on the ETH chain. Got a Twitter white page. Yeah, we might have to review. We'll have them sign up for Killer Whales. You know, come on.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, just have them sign up for Killer Whales. Well, we'll let you guys go.
Yep.
Have a great rest of your weekend, Bomb. Always good to see you.
Pleasure to see you.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Sounds
Take care,
good.
guys.
Have a good one. Bye.